Next up is Microsoft and their press conference. We'll have our 3 predictions, what we think Microsoft will pull out. And Rich, the Microsoft fanboy, we'll start with you. What is your first prediction for Microsoft at E3 for the Xbox?
Crackdown 3.
Crackdown 3.
Start the show with it.
Starting the show with Crackdown 3.
They have to blow up an entire city block real time and show the effects of that. So have 15 players online, how it's all computing that all at once, and
will that be an Xbox Scorpio launch game?
I would assume, yeah. I think that's why we haven't heard anything, is they were delaying to make sure it was right in line with that. And that's how you start the show. Big guns, that's your first shot over the bow.
Crackdown 3. It's been years. They went dark for a few years with Crackdown 3. My first prediction is, you brought it up during Sony, is I think Ubisoft is going to partner with Microsoft for the Scorpio. Is their release games will be Forza 7, Crackdown 3 will be launch games for the Scorpio, and it's going to launch the same day as Assassin's Creed with the Egypt setting, because they're going to partner up so you can get the timed DLC. So they'll have that third-party support as well. If you want to get the best version of Assassin's Creed, it'll be on Xbox One. If you want the absolute definitive edition, get it on Scorpio with that 4K graphics on the same day it launches. And with that, I will also think Far Cry 5 will partner up and have timed DLC for Microsoft. So I think Ubisoft's going to partner. Assassin's Creed and Far Cry will have timed DLC specifically for Microsoft. And Mo, what do you think?
I think they're gonna want to end one of the segments, or one of the gaming segments for Scorpio with State of Decay 2. No release date still to be announced. It's been pushed back.
You might as well just do this. The whole
please.
That's
what I'm saying.
Do you predict it will be delayed until 2018?
Yeah, I think so. And it's for the updated graphics, because when they showed off State of Decay, all they had was a trailer. There was no, actual gameplay. No, not a lot of information. They just said this is what we're bringing out. State of Decay 2, and that was a year and a half ago. So I think with no news, I even tried looking it up. I found nothing except for the trailer. Yeah. So I just know that it was to be announced, and then they just never put out a release date or information.
No, there's a reason why they went dark. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think the same thing with what Rich is saying on Crackdown is they're gonna have State of Decay as a release for Scorpio.
So State of Decay will release
for Scorpio.
Scorpio. Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
But not a launch.
I think it might be. I couldn't tell you.
It's your prediction, man. What do you predict?
I think it'll be a launch title. I could see it being a launch title. I could also see it in Xbox One, but I think they're focusing more on Scorpio right now, which would be smart. They should focus every resource on Scorpio.
All right. So our second predictions round will be about the Scorpio. What do you think? These will be our predictions for the price and launch date. Rich, what do you think the price will be for the Scorpio?
Well, I'm going to give it the caveat that I think that this is their version of the PlayStation Pro. So it's a current gen, but it's a maxed out system for the Xbox One. So I assume it's going to be that third week of November, right around Thanksgiving, or that last week of November. Get you right in the holiday window. I think that's why they've had everything so quiet, is they want to announce that. But unlike what you were saying, I think they're going to focus that they want to put people's eyes on it. They want to know that this is the best experience, but they are not leaving the Xbox One. This is part of the initiative, is we're picking up everything we've had. If you want the best, here's the top of the line, but you guys are getting service too.
Yeah.
So the Crackdown thing I was saying, it'll be, hey, you can get 20 players, real time. Xbox One, maybe you got a lobby that's 6 people kind of thing, because it can't compute it as quickly and stuff like that. Yeah. So part of that thinking is they're comfortable with the exorbitant cost, because they know it is not going to be the thrust of their marketing. It's going to be the best experience, but you don't make a million Lamborghinis, because there's only a certain select market for that. But you like showing it off. You want everybody talking about the Lamborghini. So that's what they're going to do. I'm expecting probably a 600 or 700. I think 700, but 600 would be more in the sweet spot. It's still hugely overpriced for what you're getting considering it's current gen, but it does make sense for the hardware costs, trying to keep it somewhat affordable, but still being in that this is for the creme de la creme, the totally serious Microsoft gamers.
So you're going with 600 or 700? What's your prediction?
I think 700. I think 600 is a better choice, but I think it'll be 700.
700.
Yep.
My prediction, release date will be Friday, October 20th. Will be the release date I'm predicting for the Scorpio.
You're putting a lot of games on that one, I'm just noticing.
For what?
The reason why is Assassin's Creed is usually released towards the end of October. And I think they're going to partner.
But if you remember when they did that last one, we had the 360 and the One and the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4, they released stuff a couple weeks apart because they had current gen and next gen wasn't out yet. So they actually did have that stuttered rollout for the same title.
And I think they learned from that, and that's why I'm putting it before the Call of Duty, before... And because November, I think, would be too late. But if you release it in November, I played the Call of Duties, I played all that. Will some people wait for the Scorpio? Is that big of a difference? That's for you to prove during your conference that there is a big difference for me.
That's our difference of philosophy is I think that they believe this is going to be the core high-end gamers, that if they're really that serious about Call of Duty, they'll buy it twice on Microsoft machines. Because this is just the ultimate experience. But if you need to play it 2 weeks early...
Which is what they did. If I remember right, they had if you buy it on 360 first, and if you get on Xbox One, you get like a $20 credit. Or like you
I
get
can
the
see
other
them
one.
doing that because unlike you guys, I don't think this is the focus. It's going to be something to get a lot of press, a lot of attention, to roll out new games. It'll be kind of the figurehead for all the research and development going forward to finish out this cycle strong. But the Xbox One is the heart of that, just like the PlayStation 4. The PlayStation Pro is nice, but they need to make it for everybody. And again, overall as an industry, that's why I complained about the Microsoft or whatever. I want it on all the systems because the more eyes you have on it, the more potential customers you have, the better. So
the reason why I went with that Friday, October 20th, Assassin's Creed, the last one was released on a Friday 2 years ago. I think it was the last Friday in October, but I think they want a week before Call of Duty, get some more time. So you have Forza, Crackdown, and Assassin's Creed all launching on Friday, October 20th. Price, I'm going with 1 terabyte. They're going to do 2 SKUs. 1 terabyte, $499.99. So $500 for the 1 terabyte, $600 for the 2 terabyte. They did that for the Xbox One S. Well, they had a 1 terabyte for one price, 2 terabyte for $100 more. They'll do that for the Scorpio, $500 if you want the 1 terabyte, $600 if you want the 2 terabyte. But Rich might be close depending on what they have in this machine. If it's that powerful, how much of a loss are they willing to take if it is a lot of expensive for $500?
Did PlayStation Pro have 2 SKUs or just one?
Just one.
Just one.
See, and Microsoft finally has where you can use external drives and stuff like that. So that's why I don't think that they're going to have 2 SKUs. But
the reason why I think that because the Xbox One S did. And that was just released last August. They had 2 SKUs. But with the Scorpio, will be with the Elite controller. So the 500 will be with the Elite controller in both SKUs. Will be the standard controller.
Because no Connect.
Rich said is the hardcore gamer, which is the Elite controller. So the Elite will be packaged in so I can have a working controller. That would be nice for my Xbox One. The Elite controller will be a part of the Scorpio. And Mo, what's your price and release?
Going off of PC components and reading what some of the people are guessing, because I kind of like to research a little bit. Everybody's saying 500. I don't feel like it's going to be 500. I do see it around 700. Just being a PC guy for one, and looking at the parts, I do see it being 700 for what those parts cost now on the market. And I don't know when the release would be. I would want to say probably August or September.
Going early.
Going a little bit earlier.
I was thinking of going early as well because all those games are going to start to release. Again, I want to play Shadow of War on Scorpio. I want to play Destiny 2 on Scorpio.
Right.
So I was thinking early, but I don't think it will be ready to give time for a launch. By then, I would want it to be as early as possible because
You have to have some games that will show off the technology, even if they play backwards compatible in the drive.
Mo, with Forza 7, Forza's usually released in September, like continues the last few Forzas in September. So I was thinking that they would do, but I don't know if Crackdown 3 will be available. But I do think State of Decay 2 will be a November release. I think that will be a November release for the Scorpio. But August, September, I would be ecstatic if that is...
I'm for some reason want to say August, September. I think that it's been in development.
What's your final? You going August or September?
September.
Going September.
September. I'm gonna stick with September. I just feel like there's been some stuff that's been in development already for some time that I think it's ready to go.
Hopefully.
I mean, well, by the time it gets to that point, they have enough time to actually polish it, right? Especially after E3. So I'm sticking with September and $700 price tag.
One of us is going to be right with the date. Mo's going September. I'm going October. Rich is going November. If history shows, it will be November because that's usually when I think
they're making the right moves, but I don't think they're smart.
Or maybe they're going to follow like what Nintendo did and just release it on some random ass day and then be
they
like,
made 3 of them. 3 available.
Yeah.
3 Scorpios available.
That's it. Yeah.
With
So,
the
I mean,
Can't help it. It's so popular. It's sold out everywhere.
so it's random. So I just feel like it's a random ass date. Just put it out. Put it out early. Everybody will pick it up. So who knows?
March 11th in your house.
So our third predictions, Rich. What's your last prediction for the Microsoft press conference?
This could be dreaming, but based on what they're trying to get accomplished, Xbox Live Arcade coming back, full push. I think they want those developers on, so I'd set up a whole reward system, all that kind of stuff. That Summer of Arcade, if you made that all year long, or at least you did Summer of Arcade, but you also did your launch window, your Holiday of Arcade. And part of that would be releasing the original Xbox titles because you've got the emulation software. You just have to patch it in. You can play all your previous Microsoft titles all on one machine. That's the perfect way to make the statement I said before. Legacy.
And if you watch previous episodes, I love my VR, and Rich loves his Summer of Arcade a lot. And Mo loves anything Sony.
It loves what?
Anything Sony.
I do.
And I love Cheetahs. Let's just be Cheetahs.
So prediction,
animals.
Summer of Arcade is coming back. My final prediction is, with the Scorpio, they are going to show off their augmented reality, which is Microsoft's VR. Will have its debut at E3 with a fall 2018 release of their virtual reality headset. Augmented reality is what they're calling it. Be a little bit, but they'll do a little tease, as in Gears of War and Halo 6 will be part, in some way, of augmented reality. They will incorporate it into one of their games. They want to make it big.
Wait, they're going to show this at the show, you think?
They're just going to show what names are going to be a part of it. They're going to say augmented reality, show some clips.
So just logos.
Microsoft's is going to be very vague, because they might not have too much, but they're going to show augmented reality. They're going to show some clips, so they'll show a little bit. I know they said no Halo. I will probably show some Gears, if anything, like 20 seconds of all these games. But augmented reality will have its debut. They'll say fall 2018, and they'll say franchises will be in augmented reality, and they will mention in some way Halo and Gears will be a part of it.
I say no.
That's what's happening.
Okay.
And Mo, what's your last prediction?
All right. So I read something a while back, and this is my prediction for them. I think they're going to bring back something that nobody expects because they took a little bit of time to cancel, and I think they're going to
Yeah, exactly.
Scalebound. I feel that
Yes!
I did read that they were going back.
No, they
were
brought back the trademark.
Yeah, the trademark. So, with that being said, I feel that with Scorpio being a little bit of a powerhouse and them tweaking the clusterfuck of some of the video game footage that I fucking saw that all of you were excited about because it looked terrible.
It was a clusterfuck.
It was a clusterfuck.
That wasn't
of
even
graphical
pre-alpha.
errors,
That was ridiculous.
graphical errors.
That's why I give him shit. Is because there's no reason why anybody would want to play that.
There was clippings. There was more clippings than any other video game I've seen in a long time, and I'm talking about even worse than Skyrim. So I think that they brought back and they're revitalizing it and fixing the problems that they were running into, and I think that's one of the reasons they got canceled, and I feel like they're bringing it back for Scorpio.
No, I think they just renewed the trademark and they have no intentions of using it.
But we'll see. So, I mean, that's just
I hope that people have jobs, so yeah. I like the idea. Right. It's still not going to be something I probably pick up, but that's based on what I know. If they completely revamp the game or they clean up whatever that clusterfuck was, then maybe I'd change my mind, but if they're finishing the game that I saw footage from, no, you can't have my money. Absolutely not.
No, and it was worse than an alpha build. So I'm just putting it out there. They're retweaking it, and even if that,
I already sent Microsoft my $60 for Scalebound.
Yeah,
I'm like,
subscribed.
Like, thank you, thank you for just the trailer. Just take my $60, and like, trailer was worth it. Just
the
seeing
trailer
what
was
Scalebound
garbage.
looked like.
It was garbage.
Getting me all excited.
Garbage. It was terrible.
You got me excited with that prediction, Mo.
We could totally. We'll talk later, but. We're going to do some graphics and we'll start sending him some magazines. He's like, oh shit, I better start filling out all these forms. You guys take a check? No, just credit cards. Okay. Here's our PayPal.
I mean, it is as bad as what Seas of Thieves looks like now. And I'm saying it. I don't give a fuck. I've seen the gameplay. I saw the trailers. It looks bad. That's it. That's all I got to say.
I do think they will show Shadow of the Tomb Raider for a March 2018 release. And that will be... Because I think they learned their lesson not to release it in November, because that did not work out very well with the second one. Mm-hmm. But they'll, again, have that timed exclusive. It's going to look great on Scorpio. Here are the games in 2018. Shadow of Tomb Raider will be one of them.
Didn't it sell better on Sony's system, though?
Tomb Raider?
Yeah. The second one.
Oh, because of the definitive or whatever?
Yeah.
With the definitive, I don't know the sales, but it didn't do very well. It released the same day as, I want to say, Fallout 4. Gotcha. Like, you're not going to compete. Like, it was like November 11th or 10th. And that lost. Again, there's always going to be losers in the fall with so many games.
Almost anything would lose to Fallout.
They should have changed it. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying March. They're not going to release it on holiday. The first one was released in January. And then, so this one, let's do it in March, but they will show that a little glimpse of Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Because they already leaked the name, supposedly, if that was real. Did you guys hear about that?
When's the movie come out, though? Again, I do like your Spider-Man idea, so.
To have it correlate with... Because that's what they did with Resident Evil. They correlated the game with the movie, which it didn't really help the movie very much, but...
Nothing would help that movie.
Well, thank God they're remaking Resident Evil.
The reboot. And do it right.
What is wrong with you? There's not even a story in that fucking show. The hell?
I don't care. I hated Resident Evil, the movies. All of them. Hated them.
Garbage. Hot garbage.
Hated them.
So those are our predictions for the Microsoft E3 press conference.
I got one bonus prediction. Resident Evil sucks. Whatever the reboot is, I'm predicting right now. And 2 years from now, in one of these E3 conferences, somebody's going to say, those movies were garbage, but hey, please keep playing the games. That's my prediction. That's my bonus prediction.
Bonus prediction.
Yeah, sorry.
Bonus prediction. Do you have a bonus prediction, Mo?
I do, but it's completely for the wrong segment.
All right, we'll save that.
Yeah, we'll save it for later.
We'll save that for later.
I guess it's Nintendo, right?
No, it's actually exciting for Steve, actually, on VR.
Right.
But we'll talk about that later.
All right. So please let us know in the comments below what your predictions are for the Microsoft E3 press conference.